Hello everyone. Today I saw a very interesting, insidious, crazy, beautiful party and I hasten to show it to you. e4, e5, knight f3, attack the central pawn, knight c6 protects the pawn. Horse c3, horse f6. There is a debut of 4 knights on the board and white uses an absolutely incorrect Halloween gambit. They beat the knight on the e5 field, giving away from their knight instead of a pawn. Black, of course, takes away, d4 pawn flew to the center and here you need to move away with a knight to f6 and after advancing the pawn to e5, retreat with the second knight to f8. And black is doing well here, but of course you need to know the theory so as not to fly in, not just the same horses give away. White center is the most powerful, but a knight is a knight. Return back. Black instead played with a knight on the field c6, gave white the opportunity to push d5, returned with a knight on the field e5 and f4 arrives and only now they leave for w6. The pawn is of course e5, the knight goes to the field w8 and see what a very interesting pawn center, the advantage in space, but an extra piece is now for black's pawn. It is already very interesting what will happen next. Then a nail is driven into the d6 like this, which interferes with the development of black. Black takes the pawn, white takes the edge. The position is already approximately level due to this pawn, which interferes with the development of the black bishop and restricts black's position very much. They can't play somewhere d5, d6 to pick up the center. So, then the queen f6. A good move from black, releasing, they want to take the pawn. The knight jumps onto the bae5 field, protecting the pawn and simultaneously attacking the fork. Black should not have been afraid of this fork, they needed to take a pawn on the f4 field, giving quality. They took it now only without quality, because before that they won an easy piece, but they give a check and take a pawn to close. Black is fine here. Now the white king is weak, the white king will get a pawn under attack, because there are already 2 attacks on this pawn and only 1 defense. And such a position would arise. But in the game, black got greedy, regretted his rook, they played the king on the field d8 and now there is no fork, but there is an interesting development, the bishop e3 move. This is a very strong move in fact, you will understand all its power and beauty later. Here it was necessary to keep up and develop their pieces with black, playing with a knight on the edge of the knight 6 board and then everything would be fine, but they played the queen e6, they tie this bishop, that is, white brings out a piece, black tries to slow it down somehow, but there is nothing good in this really in fact, because white has a move of queen d4 and another strong move. White is preparing a castling in the long side, as well as a very cunning insidious plan that will be implemented in this party. Knight 6 is finally playing black, but it's too late. Castling in the long side. White is still without a piece for a pawn, but their development, their overwhelming advantage in space will now make itself felt. The knight goes to the field f5 and it seems that the game is definitely lost by white. Why? 2 attacks on the bishop and an attack on the queen. Such a horse fork and that's it, Chernopolnik is already in trouble here. They will also take the queen and the check, then they will also take the bishop and an extra piece, but black makes a mistake and a powerful queen sacrifice arrives to them, which cannot be ignored. And this sacrifice is friends, the queen on the b field is 6 check. Here is such an insidious beauty, if you do not take the queen, leave the king on the field and 8 then check. And it's not just a triple fork of friends. The king returns, another check, the king leads, this is already a checkmate. That's the kind of madness. Well, what about it? And what prevents you from taking it? As a matter of fact, of course nothing. They take the queen. The elephant beats 6 checks on the field and there is nothing to close with. The king goes to the e8 field, the knight checks and one of the most beautiful and very rare constructions in chess begins, the rook mill. Personally, I saw this construction for the first time specifically in this batch, specifically this morning, and I hasten to show it to you. What is it? The king retreats back. Double check. No, not to close, there is no other field, the king will have to return. another check. The king is leaving, another hidden check, the king returns, another check. The king leaves and here you can play a rook e1 and you will have to give another piece, let's say a bishop, because look, checkmate is already threatening. Now there are 2 pawns and a rook for a knight, but we will have to give one light piece. They, let's say, will blow an elephant, they will have to beat some kind of horse to take it, and you can give it like this. Well, first you can even make a hidden check, or you can give it a hidden step, why not? They took it and ate it, the position is absolutely cramped, and as a result, white has an extra rook and pawn in such a great position, where the knight still needs to be protected somehow. Then the horse will be lost. In general, this is the craziest dressing down in the rarest gambit, which is absolutely incorrect, but such a beautiful combination, I think it was worth your time spent on this video. It would also be nice if you took the time to write a comment that would help this video to advance so that more people would see chess, learn to play chess and get pleasure and development from it. Thank you friends so much for watching, for your support, for your likes, for your comments and of course subscriptions. Videos on this channel are released daily. If you liked it, subscribe so as not to lose me. I wish you happiness and health and of course a peaceful sky over your head. Bye bye.